Let's talk about it.
I'm simply Letoria.
And I'm Rochelle Lightfoot.
And today we're talking about how is life treating you in Trump's America?
Girl, Trump is Trumpier than ever. I think for the first time, he has really stayed true to what he actually said that he was going to do. And you know, people voted for him even though he said the following.
Because I don't want anybody going on me. We need every voter. I don't care about you. I just want your vote. I don't care.
Well, he said, I don't care about you. I just want your vote. I don't care. Which leads me to another thought for today's commentary. Remember when Dr. Umar said that he didn't vote for Kamala Harris or Donald Trump because they didn't agree, they didn't line up with his morals, his values, or his ethics? What do you think about that? Should you vote for somebody just because you should thinking that you just should vote for someone, or you think you should vote for somebody that actually lines up with your moral values and ethics?
You know, I really agreed with Dr. Umar when he said that because, Rochelle, I didn't vote since Obama's second term. So when was that?
Second term was 2012.
2012. So I had the last time I voted was for presidency was 2008. And when 2012 came, by the time 2012 came, the Lord told me, do not vote. That's not none of your business. That's not what you focus on. And I stopped voting. And I got a lot of backlash from that because people was like, you know, your vote matters. You got to vote, you know, and all this stuff. But I had to listen to Yahweh, the Most High. I had to listen to him. He told me not to vote. So, and I stood on what I was obedient to that. You know, so I agree with Dr. Umar when he said that because I feel the same way. The Democratic Party or the Republican Party, neither of them represented me fully. So I said, you know what? I'm going to sit this out, and I've been sitting it out ever since. And I decided voting is not for me.
So I think that maybe some people may not even know who Dr. Umar is, and probably don't even know the soundbite that we're talking about. So why don't you go ahead and play that clip for us?
I did not vote for Kamala Harris.
Yes, sir.
I did not vote for Donald Trump.
Yep.
Unlike many black people who believe you must vote even if you have nothing you're looking for, I'm not in that group. My vote is extremely important to me. You don't get it unless you earn it. I didn't hear a single solution from the Democratic Party nominee or the Republican Party nominee when it came to miseducation, mass incarceration, gentrification, police brutality, or economic apartheid. So I had no reason to vote. Kamala Harris.
So he says that his vote, you have to earn it, and that he didn't see anybody that lined up with his morals, his values, or his ethics. I agree exactly with that as well, because I feel like there's no such thing as voting for the lesser of two evils. I'm thinking to myself, why would you do that? That's not even biblical. Why? Evil is evil if you're thinking that you have to vote for the person that's less evil. That makes no sense to me whatsoever.
So how are you the judge? Which one is the less evil?
No, evil is evil.
Right.
That's the same. It's all on the same level.
You're like, that's evil. So, okay, if I vote for the Democratic Party, that's less evil. So
that makes no sense.
Exactly.
And a lot of people will sit around and say, well, you know, you're the reason why we have that person that's in office. I don't think that is actually accurate. If you're actually living by what the Bible says and what the prophecies say, the Most High says that in the last days, all governments are going to come together as one. It's going to be one under a new world government type of a system. So does your vote really count in this day and age? I have to believe the Most High. I have to believe what the scriptures say. I don't know that it actually really does, because it's already written what is going to happen. So whether or not I think Kamala would be president, or now that we have Donald Trump president, they're going to stay true to what the scriptures say is going to happen, right?
Right. And it doesn't matter, like you said, even though I don't vote, and I haven't voted in America since 2008, and now that I'm in Ghana and I'm a citizen of Ghana, I don't vote here either, because we have to start drawing away from any man-made system, any government. So it don't matter, like you said, prophecy, it will be a one world government. So Africa is included in the world. No matter where you are, you need to draw yourselves away. We need to draw ourselves away from these governments. That's why, you know, I didn't come here and be like, oh, I'm going to get in the political field, or I'm going to start voting here and make changes here. The changes you need to make is with your family and your household. That's what I believe, so no matter where you are, voting or everything, you need to draw away and start being self-sustainable. Don't depend on the government for anything, because they're all going to be one. They're going to be united. So that's very important to me.
Well, that's the reason why I believe that we can follow what has been taught to us in the Bible. Joseph had a prophecy, and he talked to Pharaoh and told Pharaoh that, you're going to have 7 years of lots and having plenty, and there's going to be 7 years of want and lack. So that is the reason why we all have to think about, okay, we need to be self-sustainable. We need to learn how to grow our own food. We need to learn how to link with people that know how to do certain things, so that we can stay afloat in these last days during these times. There's going to be some economic calamities that are going to be going on, and people are going to be in lack.
So it's actually wisdom. Some people say, oh, you're operating in fear. Why are you storing up? Why you have to do all this stuff? Like she said, Joseph prepared, Pharaoh had a dream, Joseph interpreted, and he was like, okay, it's going to be 7 years of good, and then it's going to be lack. And he stored up, he stored up food. He stored up the things he needed. And everyone around came and bought from him. So, we must store up. It's not like we're operating in fear. It's actually we're operating in wisdom. When we storing up grain, when we storing up rice, when we growing our own vegetables, when we have our own water stores, we cannot depend on the outside world. We cannot depend with only person. These are resources we have. We know our source comes from the Most High,
That's right.
God. We know our source comes from there, but it's nothing wrong with getting resources. It's not like we're operating in fear. We're operating in wisdom.
Well, that's just like the 10 virgins. 5 were prepared and 5 were not prepared. It's just a matter of what part of the spectrum you're going to be on. Are you going to be prepared? Are you going to do what the Bible says, and which to help you prepare? None of this is a mystery. It's all there. It's in the Bible.
Right.
You just have to go and study and read and just do what he says to do. For those people that are, they don't really know what to do in these times, because there's a lot of things going on right now in America, and folks are just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how to do it. Yeah, you do. There's a whole roadmap called the Bible that you can take your notes from, and you can get your wisdom from, and how to maneuver within these times, right?
Right. People want to keep waiting though and say, they're not going to do anything. And they're going to just wait for God to do it all for them. But the examples in the Bible, that did not happen.
Well, faith without works is dead.
Right.
You're going to have to do something.
Just like you said, them 10 virgins. Now we're growing food and we're doing stuff, but we have to use wisdom with that too. The other wise virgin was like, go get your own oil. Mm-hmm. So, not saying that we're going to turn everybody, be like, no, because we are building that Goshen. We are building that refuge. At the same time, though, we're telling people, we sound an alarm. You have to prepare, and you have to, set your thing. When you see the signs of the time, you have to prepare for it.
So that goes back to the first election, Trump and Pence. And it goes back to, the trumpet was sounding. Trumpets.
Right.
That sounds like trumpet.
Was the president, Pence was the vice president, and when you sound to put it together, that's like the trumpet. When we talk about what the book of Revelations talk about, and now who is the vice president?
J.D. Vance.
Vance, and it's Trump, and it's advancing. The agenda is advancing. Things are going forward. Things are moving fast. Look, we're already, the year is almost gone already. And you see so many things are taking place. Prophecy is being fulfilled. So even with that, even though we're not prophets or anything like that.
No, we're not.
No, we're not. But we just looking at the signs of the time and just look at little signs that the Most High give us. It's just amazing. We just have to wake up and open our eyes.
That's right.
Take heed.
You gotta take heed. So that is just about all that we have for this episode today. So until we meet again, we ask that you take care and stay in prayer.
And we see you next time on
Let's Talk About It.